Are you still buzzing and not into some pixels on your screen? Do you have things that you need to do, but you just keep laying it off? Do you feel like you have so much more potential, but feel like you're just wasting it? The pain you feel when you knew you could have done so much better. I know that feeling and I still do. I want to share a couple of things in my experience to help me fight this side of me. You see, I'm not perfect or anything, that's because no one is. I still procrastinate and get lazy sometimes. We waste a lot of time doing useless stuff like scrolling on TikTok and Instagram. I personally have watched YouTube for as long as I can remember. And one day, the realization hit me harder than my dad. The thousands of hours of my life spent consuming content that I now don't even remember. The thought of I could have been doing something all this time instead of just wasting time doing nothing is painful, and we all experience this at some point in our lives. Despite some people knowing this, they still continue to keep wasting time. That's me, of course. The cause of this could be due to laziness or depression, and I know for a fact that it's really hard to get up and do what you need to do. So I'm gonna share some tips that help me get my lazy ass up and start building. Number 1, you need to have a goal, something you wish to achieve in the near future. Your goal has to be realistic, because when you have an unrealistic expectations and fail to achieve them, you give yourself
emotional damage.
Goals are important because they help us challenge you and push you to new heights. Maybe you want to get that aesthetic physique, or maybe you want that job offer, or you just want to travel the world. Wherever that may be, you need to have a clear goal in mind and not to be afraid of failing. Which leads to our second topic. Number 2, the fear of failure. The fear of failing is what holds me and you back. Not a single person in this world is not afraid of failing. The people who make the difference in the world are not so different from you and I. They fear failure like us. The only difference is they embrace it. Failure feels devastating and unforgiving, but sometimes failures can be a blessing in disguise. You might just not know it, so don't be afraid to fail. Number 3, you need to build yourself daily habits, something you can do every day. But don't just immediately change your habits, because I can confidently say you will most likely fail unless you're that guy. Start small. For example, if you are on your phone 6 hours a day, aim for 5 hours and 30 minutes a day. The next day, go for 5, and the next day, go for 40 hours and 30 minutes, and so on. This is called the snowball effect, and this can be applied to anything in life. Small things add over time. This is a powerful method. It seems small, but over time, it can ripple into something big. In conclusion, just remember to stay consistent and be patient. All the things I've just mentioned will take time. And just like everything else in time, how well you can progress in life will be in how dedicated you are. And don't try any shortcuts. Shortcuts will always have a price. Remember, no one is going to help you. Don't wait for somebody to fall out of the sky and pick you up and pat you on your back. Just being real. You gotta build this brick by brick. And don't get discouraged. Even if it's a small win, cherish it, because the easiest thing in the world is giving up. If you enjoyed this video and got something to say, share your thoughts in the comments. And with this being said, I'm out.